Yo, what up? What up? Man, Big Brandon Carter. I'm here with my boy Mark from London. Mark, I always say your name wrong, Mark. Your last name Drama. I call you Mark Drama.
Mark Dhamma, close, bro.
Mark Dhamma. High performance health and mindset coach. All right, so he can help you. He really focuses on working with entrepreneurs and mostly in the Hollywood Hills. That's where he lives right now. One of his clients is Owen, right? From
Yep.
Tiger RSDs, you guys know him, and that's actually we met through him, and so yeah, Mark's like a, international celebrity trainer, whatever tell us more about yourself, Mark, man.
Well, bro, we actually met at Ty Lopez's place. Yeah,
we never met at Ty. We met through Ty Lopez. I remember.
That's right. I was working with Ty. And then you turned up one day doing handstands in the garage, that famous garage. He was doing handstands.
I'm just in my garage.
Yeah.
You know what I like? Hey, listen. You know what I like more than material things? It's handstands.
Yeah. That's what you was doing. And I had an interview with James Swanwick because that's the first time I met you. But I guess we really got speaking when we were both introduced through RSD Tyler.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Then we Mark actually was he opened for me at the at the World Summit. He spoke before me at the RSD event, the World Summit. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, how am I gonna go behind all this, man? You had PowerPoints and shit.
I had PowerPoints and shit. I had it all structured. You just rocked up there, and everyone said, Brandon, that was the most engaging, funniest talk out of the whole series, man. You killed it.
You know what they call that?
That was fantastic.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's called beginner's luck.
Beginner's luck. I don't know, man. I don't know, but
you do it once is luck. If you do it twice, it's skill. So
that's right. We'll see if the next time, bro.
So anyway, man. So like, I know you like what intrigues me about you and your methodology. I know you have like a lot of hacks, right? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of I don't know if hacks is the right word, but I know you walk around with those melatonin glasses.
Right.
We were eating dinner in the it was all of us, like all the guys from RSD, me, Mark, and Mark had on these glasses, these melatonin glasses, and at the only dude with glasses on at the restaurant in the Wynn eating ribeye steak, and I was like, yo, this dude is serious, man. This dude is focused. He's serious about his listen, this is how I knew you were serious about your melatonin. Can you tell us more about these melatonin glasses?
Yeah, dude. Well, I guess it comes from I'm serious about my sleep. I'm totally serious about sleep, and I'm a high performance health coach, mindset coach with entrepreneurs. And one of the things that I'd say most of us in our society, one of the huge things around health and like being at the top of your kind of psychologically too is sleep, and it's totally undervalued in our society. Like, studies show that the more you sleep, the more creative you're going to be the following day, the more your hormones are going to be optimized, the more testosterone you're going to have for building muscle, the more antioxidants you're going to have in your body, so you reduce your risk of cancer, the better your memory is going to be, the better your learning capacity is going to be, and a whole host of other benefits from sleep. Like, sleep is your body's chance to totally recharge and optimize itself, so when you wake up, you're completely at your best. It's a shutdown, rest, recovery, and Brandon, even from training, you need rest and recovery so you can come back stronger. Okay, if you don't get your rest and recovery, then you ain't going to come back stronger. You're actually going to come back weaker. So every day we have a chance for like rest and recovery, and it's free. It's called sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the huge detractors of high quality sleep, good deep sleep, is actually artificial lights. Okay, artificial lights. So I've heard people say that there's books on this, how the artificial lights affects our sleep cycle, and I'll go into that in a second. But people say, the scientists who study this, they say like almost every single one of us have lived our entire lives in almost jet lag. In a jet lag-like state. And what I mean by that is, naturally, as the sun goes down and it gets dark around, that's a signal to our brain, like, hey, the sun's gone down, it's nighttime. Okay, so let's start producing the hormone you just mentioned before, Brandon, let's start producing melatonin. Okay, so it's dark, your brain says, oh, it's night, let's start producing melatonin. And melatonin is a hormone that's produced in our brain, in our pituitary gland, I believe. And what it does is it goes into our brain, it makes us feel tired to start off with, helps our body relax, and melatonin is actually one of the most powerful antioxidants we know of. Okay, so it's a huge antioxidant. So the more melatonin you have in your brain, the easier it is to get to sleep, and the deeper the sleep you're going to have. Now, we know the deeper sleep you're going to have is going to give you all the benefits, like more testosterone, better memory, better learning, feeling better in the morning. Only problem is that all these artificial lights are from our cell phones, from our computer screens, from even just regular light bulbs. The sun goes down, our brain starts turning on melatonin. These lights, your brain thinks the sun is the lights. So the lights mimic the sun. So your brain's like, whoa, wait a minute. It's not dark, it's light outside, shut down melatonin production.
Right.
Actually shuts down melatonin production for up to 4 hours. So that means that when you go to sleep after turning off all your lights, you may not have much melatonin in your brain. You may have none at all. So it means it's harder to get to sleep. It's harder when you do get to sleep. You're not going to get into a deeper sleep. And let's say, what time does the sun go down out there in New York right now?
Oh man, like 7 or 8, 7, 8-ish. Right, that's what it's doing it about now.
Okay, 7 or 8. What time does it come up around?
Shit.
I know you're up early, man. I know you get up real early, man.
Like it starts coming up around 5:36.
Okay, 5:36.
Yeah.
All right, so like 8 to 5:36. Around 10 hours of darkness. Okay, yeah. So that's 10 hours of melatonin production. A day that we could get. So that means deep sleep. And remember, it's one of the most powerful antioxidants. It protects us from cancer. That's scientifically proven. It protects us from cancer. But if you're turning off your phones or you're turning off your lights at, say, 10 or 11, let's say it's 11, then you're only getting like 6-7 hours of melatonin production. And it stops artificial light stops melatonin production for up to 4 hours. So you may only be getting 4 or 5 hours of melatonin production, whereas naturally you get maybe 10 hours of it.
I know, I get what you're saying. Like, that's why, like, I want to ask you about the lights, because what I do is I black out my room. I black out curtains. I cover up all the fucking cable box, the lights on the modem. It's pitch black in there because it's actually those lights that your retina can detect it through your eyelid, right? Yep. So like it keeps you. It stops you from getting the deep sleep if there's any light coming in from anywhere. There's any light in the room. So I make my room pitch black. I know. One funny story. I'm not gonna say who it was, but when we were in Vegas, some guys. He had his one of the guys. He had his windows like with blocked off in the hotel room with garbage bags and like painter's tape, right? And I know a lot of RSD guys do that because they sleep during the day and they're out late at night. So this guy in particular, he had that going on in his in this hotel room. Yeah, and then he said he brought this girl back. He pulled. Right, that's some of the jargon, right? He got his girl back. She went to look out the window, and she saw the fucking window was boarded up with black paper, with black garbage bag, and then she was like, she got scared as fuck, like she was about to get murdered, and then eventually he calmed it down,
Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff. But you're right about
more, but he thought he would. What did you say?
Yeah, you're right about blacking out, your whole room, making sure no light comes in because that does disrupt your sleep. But yeah, going back to those glasses you saw me wearing.
How do glasses help?
So what those glasses do is they put you in what they call like a virtual darkness. So these are orange glasses. You get specific types. I'm actually developing some cool looking ones because the ones I look a bit geeky and a bit dorky. So I'm getting some cool ones. But
I thought it was cool, man. You look like a RoboCop. You like British black RoboCop with those.
Yes, dude. All right, I feel better now. But yeah, with these blue light blocking glasses. In fact, you know what? I've got a pair in my bag right now. I can pull it out. But these glasses, these are some special one Oakley made for me. But these glasses right here, they're like orange glasses. Okay, so when I put them on, everything looks orange. But what these do is they protect your eyes from a particular type of light called blue light. So the light we see, I ain't going to get into the science, but there's like different wave spectrums. But it's the blue light that mimics the sun the most. So it's your brain, the light from your artificial lights, from your laptops, from your phones, from regular bulbs. It emits a light called blue light, and it's that specific type of light that shuts down melatonin production. So what these do is they block the blue light, so that when I have it on, my brain still thinks it's dark and will start producing melatonin. So all it means is when the sun goes down, I wear these. It just means that I'm going to go to sleep a lot easier. I'm going to get into a deeper sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to feel a lot more refreshed and be at a high performance.
So how many hours before you sleep do you start wearing these glasses?
Good question. It's actually when the sun goes down.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm trying to mimic nature, right? So when the sun goes down, it should be dark everywhere, you know? So that's when I put it on to mimic nature. And actually another way of doing it, like it's only artificial lights that disrupt your melatonin production. Say if I just had candles all over my house and I wasn't looking at my phone and I wasn't looking at my computer screen, and I didn't have artificial lights, I just use candles. Candles would be fine. They wouldn't cause a problem with my melatonin.
It's like real times.
Yeah. It's just these artificial stuff, so that's why I put the glasses on.
Okay, so do you sleep a lot better with it? And
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Like, dude, you need to try some, bro.
Yeah, man. Is it the same like blue blockers? Is it the same?
There's another brand. Yeah.
Reed has some blue blockers, and maybe I'll steal them from him. But I don't have a problem like going to sleep. So, but
dude,
to me, or
yeah, if you have a problem going to sleep, this will definitely help.
Okay.
But even if you don't have a problem getting to sleep, like for sure you're gonna get to sleep. For sure you're gonna be into a deeper sleep, and you're gonna have more antioxidants running through your bloodstream than if you didn't wear them or if you didn't avoid artificial light. So it means that over time you would have even you, Brandon, would have a higher level of testosterone, bro.
No,
that's dangerous though. You're not allowed to do that.
That's safe. They probably like put. You remember when they got ET out the house and they were like, it had him like quarantined and that's probably what would happen. They're like, nah, it's too much testosterone for the world. I actually eat melatonin.
Right. You have the artificial kind.
You told me that the other day. You told me in Vegas that I was going to die from that and cancer. So is that true?
Okay, that was maybe
that hyperbole.
You know what? The cancer thing, there might actually be some science backing that up. Now, what we mean is, now I'm not trying to say that the melatonin pills that you're taking cause cancer. No. But the melatonin that your brain produces is a potent antioxidant, and they know
fighting cancer.
Yeah, and from what I understand is that the synthetic version doesn't have the same antioxidant capacities as your own natural production.
And when I take it, it shuts down my natural production.
Yes.
So, which is better, which is more effective than the. I understand.
Exactly.
Brian was saying the same shit too. He was saying I was going to die because of it, because my brain was going to stop making it, and I was like, well, I don't need to make it because I take it.
Right. It's a bit like steroids, right? It's a bit like steroids, right? So if you inject steroids, you're taking steroids, you're putting testosterone, an artificial testosterone hormone into your body. Okay. So if you start doing that after a couple of weeks, your balls are going to shrink. Like, why is that?
Oh, because of your testosterone production has shut down.
Yeah, your natural testosterone production has shut down, all right? And then you come off the steroids, and then your natural testosterone tries to come back. It could take a few weeks, could take a few months to get back to its normal state, and you might not be as responsive to your body may not build muscle as fast as it did before because it was used to such a high level to stimulate muscle growth before when you was putting the artificial stuff in. So when your natural stuff comes in, it ain't up to like the level it was at with the synthetic stuff. So your body just doesn't respond as well.
So what you're doing is you're trying to optimize natural melatonin the same way I try to optimize natural testosterone. You're doing the same. The glasses are a way to optimize your natural hormones, basically.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah.
I got you. What other hacks and tips and tricks you got besides wearing the glasses at night?
Okay, so I've got a lot of tips and tricks, especially around eating. training, just like you, man. I know you're big into, you teach me a lot about training, actually. But training,
Thanks.
eating. Yeah, I hope I teach you a few things about eating. But
we have different philosophies on the whole diet thing.
That's true.
We do have different philosophies. I don't know if we want to open that can of worms.
No, we don't, because I know you got a coaching calling soon. So, but yeah, I teach a lot about training, eating, and also mindset. You know, if you're interested in any of this, I believe there's going to be a link by this video that you can click, and you'll get free training videos, free training seminar videos, if you like, training videos and like how to be in high performance with your eating, with your training, and also with your mindset. But I'll get into the mindset tip real quick. So I'm actually here right now in Claremont, California at the Drucker School of Business. I actually study positive psychology here. And positive psychology is about human flourishing. It's like, how do we it's a scientific study of like, how do we become our best? You know, whether it's organizations or individually, how do we hit high performance every day? So one of the big things I talk about is flow, how to get in the zone, a state of flow. Other ones are like how to get motivated, how to be confident at all times. But today I want to talk about a real simple tip, just because it's on my mind, because someone asked me on Periscope. Follow me on Periscope, Mark Dhamma, Dhamma. But someone was asking me yesterday on Periscope, Mark, how do you stop your mind from like focusing on the negative? Okay, how do you stop it from just moving to the negative? So, like, as you know, Brandon, at all times in our life, you know, there's a million things we could focus on, right? We can focus on what's going right. We can go focus on what's going wrong. We can focus on neutral things like the TV. You know, we can focus on different things at any one time. Now, how we feel, a big part of how we feel is what we choose to focus on. Okay, so for example, I woke up this morning, I had to get up early to travel to grad school from Hollywood, and I could have been in a stinking mood because I could be focusing on the fact that I had to wake up early and I didn't get much sleep, right? And I'm like, oh man, I could have done with another 2 hours sleep. You know, I've got to rush, got traffic in LA. I could be focusing on all these negative things that are going to make me feel a certain way. And they're all going to make me feel pretty shitty, you know? But the tip I give, and this is straight out of positive psychology, this isn't any woo-woo shit, like we've done scientific studies on this. If you really want to focus, if you want to move your mindset from a default of being negative and not feeling so good, you know, if you're feeling down or depressed a lot, if you want to move it to more like positive and like go-getter, you know, like achiever and high performance, then a simple tip is this. Every day when you wake up in the morning, write down 5 things you can be grateful for. 5 things you can be grateful for. So I'll take myself, for example. I woke up, I could be thinking about waking up early and like how tired I feel and got rushed to school. But I quickly woke up and then wrote down 5 things I'm grateful for. You know what? I'm grateful that I woke up this morning because a lot of people didn't wake up today. You know what? I'm grateful that I have a higher education. You know, I can go and get a master's degree and learn at like one of the top schools in the world. You know, not everyone has access to that at all. You know, it's not cheap. Not everyone has access to that. You know, I'm grateful that I woke up and had some fantastic food this morning. Not everybody's going to wake up today and have something to eat, especially not like the high quality food that I get. You know, I'm grateful to have a car so I can drive there, no problem. A lot of people don't have a car. And I'm grateful to be on this conversation with you today, Brandon, you know? Talking to the boy. No, I am.
Hey, you're welcome.
Dude, I'm sincerely
glad I can help improve your day.
Dude, I'm sincerely grateful to have people like you in my life. To have friends like you in my life makes my life what it is today, and it's fantastic. And a huge percentage is down to people like you, man. I'll be straight up.
Man, like you become about the people you're around, you know. So I only fuck with winners, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right, dude. That's it. So like, that's how we this is like our 4th video together, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So my 3rd or 4th. I had vowed not to do any videos with you anymore because after the last cardio workout,
yeah,
I was getting tagged around. I sent you a screenshot of the fucking chicks saying, "Who's that?" I was like, "No, all right, it's it. It's done. I'm not doing this shit no more. I need
that dying roach, man. I don't think I've recovered from the dying roach.
That joint goes off.
That's sick.
I'm grateful today. But I was saying, I'm grateful. I'm trying to exercise. I'm grateful for. I'll be out here balling. I'm getting this money. My pockets is on swole. My bank accounts is on swole. And I'm out here balling. Did I say it already? These are things I'm grateful for. These are things I think that make me happy.
Respect, bro. Respect, bro.
I used to have nothing. Now I got a whole lot of everything.
That's true. And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, man. So I don't take it for granted, man.
Right.
All right, listen. What happens when they click that link below? You're giving out like free motivation?
You're going to get a free video training series on high performance health and mindset. That's it. A free video training series. I'm going to teach you how to eat for high performance. I'm going to tell you how to train for high performance, including a 4-second secret training tip, which is going to build more muscle and burn more fat in like less time. And then you're also going to get some, right? I know you want that, bro. And then you're going to have some mindset trips, like straight out of positive psychology. I think I bring something in from NLP, neuro-linguistic programming too, just so that you can be more motivated and even more confident and at your best, and learn from some of the, I teach multimillionaires this stuff, and you can get it for free by clicking the link below.
No, I'm for real, man. Like the people, like just like you guys should click the link, check Mark's shit out, because like the people he coaches, like just the ones you YouTubers, I know Ty Lopez, I know Tyler RSD, like they hire him as coaches, it's not for no reason, man, because he knows what he's talking about. He's good at what he does, man. So anyway, I appreciate you taking some time out to talk to me and my fans, Mark. I appreciate it.
For sure, bro. Anything for you, man.
All right, man. Yo, are you going to be in Vegas next month? Are you going to the Olympia?
No, I will not be going to Olympia. I know you're going to be there. I know you're going to be like hanging out, speaking to people, speaking to fans. You're going to be showing what some of the awesome new products that you've got out. You're going to be hanging around, giving tips. Yeah. You're going to be flexing?
A little bit. I might flex.
All right.
I'm known to do that.
I definitely ain't going then. There's no way I'm turning up if you're flexing.
Yo, but I'm gonna be in LA later, top of next month, so we'll hang out, man. We'll do some shit.
Yeah, dude, come and stay at my place if you want. You let me know.
You're too kind.
Yeah, dude.
I might need I might need private.
Got it.
I
know how you roll, bro.
Amen. I'll let you, man.
All right then, bro.